Okay, my name is John Bleeker. I've been a member of North Haledon Fire Company number 1 since 1974. Unfortunately, we're coming to the end of our existence and our occupation of this building. I'd like to state that it will be a disadvantage to the municipality and to the borough to lose the services of this fire company. The building we currently occupy, we have occupied since its construction at approximately the year 2000. After 20 years in this facility, we unfortunately will be leaving the facility at the end of the month, and we will no longer be providing fire service to the municipality. The mayor and council took it upon themselves to eliminate us as a fire company. We think that this is a detriment to the municipality. It will compromise the fire services. Of course, they will have a different opinion of that, but having no facility which has been in existence for over 100 years on the Belmont corridor of North Haledon or this side of town will lessen the response time. The closing of the facility is very troubling to me. I'm a building contractor and put my heart and soul as chairman of the committee to construct this facility. We constructed this facility through the generosity of the residents of the town. For many years, we had an annual fund drive. We supplemented the fund drive with fundraising events. And for over 10 years, while we were across the street at the old firehouse, we crimped and saved our dollars and donated our personal clothing allowances back to the municipality, back to the fire company, in order to have the funds to build this. We did so with the understanding that it was on municipal property. We would then sell and give up our facility across the street, which the town decided to purchase and make an ambulance car. Another valuable emergency service of the municipality, which no longer exists. Upon reaching an agreement with the municipality to construct this building on the borough property, we graciously offered to them the caveat that, the agreement that if we were no longer needed as a fire company in the municipality, that the building would revert to the municipality. We felt this only right. Why should the members at the demise of the company be able to sell the facility and split the profits? After all, it was funds from the township, which the residents of the town, which created the funds for us to afford to build this. We offered the town that caveat. We unfortunately, in all honesty, thought that that would never occur. The closure of this firehouse is premature, it's politically motivated, and it's due to a vendetta against members of this company by the mayor and by the fire chief. We have fought a 10-year battle in court over reactivation. We were denied applications by the fire chief. We were denied the help promised by the mayor, so that we were unable to reach that goal of 10 active members. The judge, in his decision ruling against us, stated so that the mayor and the fire chief did not keep their word, did not keep up to the agreement to assist us in reactivation. Because after all, let's face it, they did not want us to reactivate. So I must say that as a volunteer in this town, a former councilman, a former school board member, and a longtime volunteer, I, as well as approximately 12 to 15 members, are currently serving in surrounding towns as volunteers or will be enlisting to serve in those towns. The boroughs of Haledon, Wyckoff, Hawthorne, all have accepted our members, which our fire chief said were unqualified, and yet they serve admirably in those municipalities. So while this chapter closes of our service to North Haledon, we are still volunteers, we are still here to volunteer, and our services, unfortunately, are provided in neighboring towns, not our own. We currently have Patterson Ambulance Services providing ambulance services to our municipality. That is at a cost of almost $1,000 per residence. And if you think the response time from Patterson to an emergency in North Haledon as quick as an ambulance response from the borough of North Haledon to a North Haledon resident, you're greatly mistaken. That is an example which follows through to my statement earlier, how that the fire service to North Haledon is compromised by the closure of this building, will continue to be compromised. And my biggest fear is that we are headed toward the demise of the fire department itself. If that occurs, we will end up with a paid entity not only providing ambulance service, but providing fire service to this town. We can't afford it as North Haledon residents. I've lived here since 1961. I hope to live out my life here. Our battle with the mayor and council started many years ago. We were challenged for inappropriately taking LoSEP funds. That case we won in court at the Passaic County level, and we won again at the appellate division. Based on our victory and proof that we had not erroneously, inappropriately taken LoSEP funds, the mayor felt challenged and embarrassed and told us, "I'm going to take your building." So it has taken them 10 years to do that. Our only avenue to continue the battle is to file an appeal, which is extremely costly. We need to pay $9,000 for the transcript of the court case in order to file that appeal. We need to hire an attorney to represent us. So we would greatly appreciate any contribution to our cause. And I promise you that every dollar donated will go to that cause and that cause only. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Antonio Valenti. I joined the fire department here at Company 1 January 1991, so I've been here for some time now. I joined this company because I loved the people that were in here. I didn't know what I was in for. To be honest with you, I just wanted to help out the town. I was a young guy, I just wanted to be motivated to do something to help the community, and which I did for many years, and it was a great time. I'd like to point out that, although we have this issue at the moment, there are many years that we had great times between the two companies, Company 1 and Company 2. We got along very well, went to fireman conventions. So I just want to point that out, that this is not a battle between companies or anything like that, because there are some great people who are serving our town at the moment. However, basically what we have here is an issue that has been developed through the political part of this town. That being said, unnecessary occurrences happened during this time, which is roughly around 2008, 2009. The current chief, A.J. Riccardi, had a vendetta against this building, against this company, I should say. So A.J. Riccardi had a vendetta against this company, and he wanted to get back at something that we did back in 1994, which was rule against him being a special police officer in town and also wanting to be a chief of the department. That was in our bylaws. That was just a part of how we run things. It's a conflict of interest for the town. Well, he took it personal, and he held that against us I think for the rest of his life, to this day. During that time, he had an opportunity with Patterson Fire Department, so he left the police department in North Haledon, and he left the fire department in North Haledon. In fact, he left the town of North Haledon to become a Patterson firefighter. Moving forward to 2008, he became higher ranks in Patterson and decided to come back to North Haledon and assist the fire department here as a volunteer, in which he became department chief. At that point in time, he had full control and full reign of everything that has to do with our fire department. during that time, he made an effort to change certain bylaws and decided on things erroneously. And we didn't agree to most of it. And so we would bring it up to the town council and the mayor. And at first it seemed like the mayor was unbiased and compliant with trying to make things agreeable between the two companies. It soon turned somehow or another where they were not willing to help us any longer. They felt that we were more of a burden rather than any help to the community. And so I think that is what developed this whole crazy idea of closing a volunteer service for the community.
John Bleeker again, and I neglected to mention in my earlier interview that a closure of a fire company, if it was properly valued by an independent professional organization, let's just say that the borough, the mayor and council said, do we really need 2 fire companies? We should have this evaluated. The proper way would have been to hire an independent agency to come in, which they are out there, and evaluate the firematic needs of that municipality. If that had been done and a decision was made to close this company, I wouldn't have the objection and I wouldn't be sitting before you today. We always had, as I have mentioned, I've been a member since 1974. There was always a very competitive, friendly competitive nature, almost a family atmosphere between Fire Company 1 and Fire Company number 2. When we constructed this new building, there was some jealousy, but some hard-working members of that company took it upon themselves to do a major renovation over to their company. So it was a case where we spurred them to improve their facility as we had built a new building, which ultimately was a service, a benefit to the townspeople. Okay? Now, I must say that if a professional company came into this town and did an evaluation and looked at a fire company on High Mountain Road, which is currently the North Haledon Fire Department, which is over 100 years old, has had some structural problems in the past years, and sits in the central business district near a school, versus a 20-year-old building that sits on a county road, as ours does, properly set back off the road, and safe and more to today's standards by anyone's imagination. How would it have been that this company would not have been favored over that? So my point is, there's no logic to their decision. There's no professional investigation. There's no really proper thought process other than, as Antonio has stated to you, a vindictiveness, a jealousy, and hatred. Quite frankly, it's a strong word, and hatred. We all know hatred in today's society, unfortunately. Now, what is the future of this building? The mayor is going to be, and council are going to be taking over a building which was a few years ago professionally valued at $2.2 million. In today's real estate market, it far exceeds that. Yet he has stated, for the record, several times in the past years, I have no intended use for the building. I don't know what I'm going to do. Why would you take ownership of something under those conditions as a sitting mayor of a town? We have paid all our bills for the years we've been here, the 19, 20 years we've been here. There is a balance on a mortgage. That's going to be assumed by you, the taxpayers of this town, once you take this building. The mayor has floated the idea by rumor mill that he's going to look at making it a police headquarters. I'm a building contractor. I know building officials have looked at this and said that the cost could exceed $1 million to meet today's standards if they were to convert this building to a police headquarters.